All right. Shalom, 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 Israel. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham. Glad to see y'all here. As y'all can see, I got the mighty Captain Ikarab, Brother The Rock, in the building tonight. Tonight we're gonna do things so a tad bit different from what we normally do. We're gonna do our regular running through a lesson, a little small topic real quick. While y'all try not to be evil tonight, but we're gonna allow the Adawan to go through a couple things with a book that he's reading, and also give us some edification on a few things here and there, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a discussion about whether or not we really think Israel is ready for Jacob's trouble. I'm putting my money on you Negroes ain't ready. Y'all not ready. And we not talking about the 2/3. We talking about Israel in the truth. Y'all not ready. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say again, shalom, shalom. Hit the like, share, and hit the like and share button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Become a member on Patreon. And enjoy the show. Adam Akarab, I'll turn it over to you.
Khan. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yasham Brakatham Shamar Tha. Hey, just want to bring out another book. That's what we try to do. We try to be studious, right? We try to tell the people, look, things that you need to have. Your Bible, your Apocrypha, pen and paper. But at the same time, there's other books that can be used as well, right? To further your studying. So I just want to bring out another book, all right? So, I might have seen this before. Some people is actually using it. This has helped me to explain a lot of things to the people. All right. See that? Take notes. This is very helpful. I'm just going to go through a few pages just to elaborate a little bit more so you guys can see it. Okay. This is Rose Publishing. Okay. You can put that in the search bar. It's probably an updated version. I got the 10th anniversary edition. I think I saw a different one. It might have been another one that has come out. But regardless, I'm going to go through a few things for you all. So check it out. So this is going to help you because we all know they want to keep things a secret from people, right? They'll put in a book. So a lot of times they'll tell themselves, or you can actually learn, be edified from it, right? So check it out, Israel. Just to give you an example, one of the first things I'm going to bring up, let you see this. Can you show my whole screen for me? Yeah, not listening. I can't see. Can you show my whole screen so I can see? Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, what does that look like, Israel? Okay, slide it on over so you can see what this is. All right. What does that look like? This is a pretty good makeup. The tabernacle, right? There's the tent. You see the different things and the people who's involved in it. You see how everything was made up around it. Okay? Just to give you an example. And as you can see as well, it's like you open that up one more time. Look what's around. Okay? This is how you was around the tents. All right. So when you start to go through the Bible and you start to read up on it, the tabernacle, this is in Exodus 25 to 40, Hebrews 9 and 13. It's talking about the tabernacle, but it just gives you a visual to help you see these things. And that's what I like about this book. Okay. It gives you the overview, but the thing is, it doesn't give you everything. It doesn't have the Apocrypha in it. All right. For starters. But it actually has the overview of the Old Testament, New Testament, different things like that in here. All right. What's cool is it will show you the historical books. For example, I'm just going to show you this quick page right here. Historical books. Look how it's breaking it down. All right. Gives you a thorough breakdown of everything. For the example, Book of Joshua. Who it is, the history, where it was, around the time, why, and the different chapters that's outlined in it. Moving on, just so that you know, is another one. This will also help you. So this is how you get your Bible bookcase, okay? And it will actually break down how the Bibles are perceived, okay? So it can give you some better understanding. For example, the law you see is right here, okay? Right here in the middle, the rest of it is your history books, all right? From Job all the way to Solomon, that's what they talk about poetry. And then it goes on. The major prophets, the minor prophets, the Gospels, more history, the epistles, okay? And everything else is in it. So whenever you're going through studying and or you wanted to explain something to your family members or someone else, you can do that. Moving on. It's like it's a lot of information in there. But don't forget, at the same time, everything is still whitewashed. So everything you're going to see in here is going to be completely off. So do not be surprised. But again, there's so much information. I'm not even going to attempt to go over everything, but I will just give you some good highlights. Noah's Ark. Look how they drew that up for you. All right. To give you an idea about Noah's Ark and how it possibly would have looked on the inside, and gives you more information at the bottom of it. Okay. On this, for you so-called Israelites, look at that. Give you the 12 tribes. Gives you a breakdown. Gives you what they look like and what they actually mean. Okay. Tells you about the breastplate that Aaron wore. His ephod. Gives you the breakdown of the families of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Give you the family tree. And then it breaks down every tribe onto the size, location, the blessings that they will receive, and what was notable about them on every single tribe. Okay. Now, it even tell you for those who are trying to figure out where all the Israelites went, it gives you a map of the Exodus and the timeline. So there's something else for you to check out, Israel. And this will give you a better picture of the tabernacle. And then actually on this page, it actually shows you where the tribes were located to all the four sides. All right. And as you can see how Aaron looks in the corner being completely whitewashed. But then you see how we were one together in a camp and how we were camped around the tabernacle. It even breaks down what the tabernacle was made of, what was inside. And it has a little key to it to show you where everything is located. It's very helpful and very useful for your studying so you can very visualize, because if you can do that, instead of hearing someone say it, because sometimes people learn by visual. Some people learn more hands-on. Some people just remember with a photographic memory. I just got to see it one time. But it tells you in here about the bronze altar, the laver, the golden lampstand, the showbread, altar of incense, the veil, and the Ark of the Covenant. It breaks it all down. It breaks down the garments of the high priest, breaks down the tabernacle, the square footage of everything, how everything was measured. It breaks everything down. It gives you the different feasts of the Bible. That is also in here. As you can see, I'm just showing you one page of it, but it's just multiple pages. It gives you the feast of the Bible. All right. Now, moving on. You know how you can go through the book and you'll read so many pages on kings and numbers and judges and everything else. But then you're trying to figure like who are the kings of Israel, who are the kings of Judah, who is doing what, who was doing bad. Guess what? They actually got the kings in the divided kingdoms. They did it for you, so you don't even have to think about it. Northern kingdom, southern kingdom, by the kings, who was good and who was bad. Gives you their timeline of how long they reigned and how they died. Same thing over here. Now you can see also the prophets at the same time when the kings are reigning. So you can see which prophets was dealing with which kingdom. For those who might be a little bit lazy enough to sit here and say, hey, I just want the shortcut. But at least it gives you a better idea of what you're looking at. All right. This book is very informative. Same thing, Solomon's temple. Shows you how it was built. What it possibly looked like on the inside. And it breaks it down for you. Okay? You can never tell if I'm sitting there straight or not. No, I'm not. So like skipping ahead. You know how you read in the book of Daniel? What is that? It breaks that down for you. Tells you who the kingdoms that was involved in it. It tell you where they were located. The timeline. It breaks down everything. For those who are trying to study, especially when you're trying to study from the Apocrypha, you can actually see the 4 generals and where they would be at in here because it actually tells you. It shows you the visions that he saw and the dates on the very bottom of the page timeline. Moving on. New Testament. This is the cool part about this. We know his name, but it's for sake of argument. Who's that genealogy of? Right? See that? They don't just show you one page. This thing gives you, hold this up for me.
Select.
Front and back. Slide on down to your side. From the beginning of his lineage to his end. So there's no arguing of that he's born of a man. So you can throw that theory right out the window. Okay?
So, okay, Adawan, the people are for the name of the book again and where they can get it from.
You can get on Amazon, but this is it right here again. I will show you. The Bible charts, maps, and timelines. It's a Rose book. Okay. Now you can see the prophecies that was fulfilled. Check this out. This book gives you everything. It gives you the prophecies that Yahushua fulfilled. Everything that was involved. His ministry, who he spoke to, tells you the chapter you can find it in. It gives you the New Testament fulfillment and where it came from in the Old Testament. It got a cross-reference. It's there for you.
For all those that think that the New Testament don't have nothing to do with the Old Testament, you got
You can't argue that.
biblical sources that say, "Yo, this is how you come up."
Where? Look at that. Break his bones. Look at that. It precepts the whole thing for you. You can precept your Bible just in this right here. You can totally precept this all the way out. I won't say completely, but you can have a whole lot more than I don't know where I can find that.
Yeah. How many New Testament scriptures did we say we was able to link up to the old? Was it like it was almost, we got to almost 1,000, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Think about this. Here's the miracles of Yahushua. The power of nature. The books that they're in. Mark, Matthew, Luke, or John. It breaks that down. Him calming the storm, feeding the 5,000, walking over water, feeding the 4,000, the coin and the fish, the fig tree withered, the large catch of the fish, water turned to wine, another large fish that was caught, raising the dead. All his parables right here. Get the Beatitudes. It got you all the information. Oh, who's that? You tell us. You tell the people they see. What do you see?
The apostles. He's the 12 disciples. Peter, James, John, Andrew, Philip.
What else you see?
It got their name, the names that they were called. Like Peter was called Simeon, and Simeon Peter.
Simon Peter.
Simon Peter. You got general information on them, their characteristics, how they acted, and it's the Bible verses to prove it. Their encounters with Yahweh Shah, and they got stories about them. All the 12.
Turn the page. Who was in there? Bartholomew. Who was in there? Thomas, James, Judas. Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas Iscariot. Who was in there?
They got everybody.
What else it got?
You got the Lord's Prayer.
Other disciples is in there.
Oh, Khan.
They got Susanna in here. Mary of Bethany, Lazarus. Whatever you need, Israel. This book is dope. I'm telling you. You just gotta get past the whitewashing. Talking about Herod's temple. It gives you how Herod's temple looked, the timeline, and how it was built.
Khan.
See that?
I got a precept that one.
Go ahead, bring your precept out.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth.
Con. So check this out. For those who don't know, Yahweh Shai, look, this is a jewel. I'm telling you, Israel. Only you gonna have this. All right. Yeah, I know. You just bought it on Amazon. I know. That's what we're talking about. I just laughed when you bought it, Marcus, because I'm like, yeah, that's right. You listen. Look at this jewel. Read what that says.
Yahweh Shai's hours on the cross. God.
It breaks down him on the cross. What the time actually meant. The real time. All right. So, what did it say at the 9th hour? What was the 9th hour? Let's see. What happened at the 9th? Well, 9 o'clock a.m. is not the 9th hour. It's the what?
3rd hour.
So, where is the 9th hour? What time would it have been?
3 o'clock.
3 what time p.m. When did he die?
Yeah. Yahweh Shai died at the 9th hour, which is 3 p.m.
And then he shows you everything that happened, all the events that happened, right with it.
You got the Bible verses to prove it.
And before Pilate, you can see the time they actually started. The crucifixion goes all the way around the circle, clockwise. It shows you everything. It's just jewel. You guys got to get ready for this stuff. And this is why we're bringing it out. The armor of God breaks it down. Fruits of the Spirit breaks it down. Well, there was another good jewel that's in here. The 7 churches of Revelation. Where it's located. Don't believe me? Take a look and see. It says right there at the top. 7 churches of Revelation. See that? Deep game. This stuff will help you become better. Especially when you go to camp. Have this book in your book bag. So when someone says, well, this was this and this is this time. Okay. Let's pull that out and look. And then we get to the fun stuff. Maps. I just like my teachers used to do this. I'd be like, ooh, let me see. The Middle East then, the Middle East now. Gives you a reference. So you can see them both at the same time. The Holy Land then, the Holy Land now. Keeps going. What does that say? The Holy Land, what?
United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom. And what does it say?
Divided Kingdom.
It shows you when it got divided and how they look on the map. What is this?
The Assyrian Empire. The expansion of the Assyrian Empire and the expansion of the Assyrian Empire.
Gives you everything. The Assyrians. The Babylonians. Where Yahweh Shai went. Big game. You get right here. Look at all those places. So when you start hearing places that he's calling out, Thrace, Macedonia, Asia, you can look at all this right here. All of it is broken down in this book. All right. It gives you Paul's journey, where he went.
Paul's first journey.
His first, second,
third.
What else?
Paul's journey to Rome.
And what does this page tell you about his travels?
Paul's travels and ministry.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's early travel, Acts 9 through 12. It tells you what he did. The second journey, it tells you what to find and what he did.
Mm-hmm.
God, all the way through.
All the way through. And then it gets in the very back. This is the funny part. This section is called Christianity, Cults, and Religions, which should have been a part of that, but you know. It breaks down Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormonism, Seventh-day Adventists, unification of the church, church science. Keep going. Wicca, Scientology, Nation of Islam.
It show you who created it too.
Show you all who's in it. Judaism, Kabbalah, Hinduism, Buddhism, Lutheran church, and the Orthodox churches, denomination. It's bringing it all out. Let me speed it on up. Here we go. It shows you. Is this the first of it? Yeah. This book also shows you the family tree of denominations, where it came from. So people can stop saying like, "Oh, this guy's Christianity." No, it's not. Let me see. Who's that right there? Orthodox, the Catholics, the Anglicans, the Methodists, right? Look at that. And it breaks down who broke off of what. There's your Baptists. Look at all them in there. All that's broken down in there. And I'm sure it can be updated. But I'm sure someone's probably, they had their way in this too. You know, they're making all these changes.
Right.
We're talking about the Trinity and how it's, even talking about how it's off.
Yeah, we talk about the Trinity in that book.
Yep. And how there's so many different ways of them trying to explain the Trinity. It says Father, God, Son, Holy Spirit. Father is not the Son. Son is not the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is not the Father. But the Father is God.
The Son is God and the Holy Spirit
is God. But they're
not each other. They are all God.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? As I heard one of the brothers say, you got to chew the meat and spit out the bones. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of.
Because you're going to see some stuff in there. Give you the role of the women from the different denominations, where they're going through, the misunderstandings, the do's and don'ts, and reaching out to Muslims, which is kind of weird, like whatever. And then give you the indexes or the maps. This is a very good book. So I wanted to bring that out to you all because it's very informative and it helps you to visualize, take the proper notes, and if you have questions, that's when you better come back to show that you've been studying. Not just, I just want to just talk about whatever just came in my mind. And so can you just explain this? Well, did you read it for yourself? No, am I supposed to do that? I don't know. So just want to bring that out, Israel, real quick, because that book, it is fire, because it's helped me out so much that when, especially when you have different people who was really been in the truth for a long time, they start speaking on a lot of things, and you be like, where did they get that from? Or where is that? What? And you just think sometimes that you can't keep up because you're trying to read and it just doesn't make sense. Well, you use this in your studying to go back and use as a quick reference. All right. So, what was the other thing I wanted to bring up? It was the book. Oh, so that was that. Go ahead, finish. You want to say about what you want to bring out, because then I was going to talk about the Patreon and everything else whenever you're ready. So go ahead and do what you got to do.
You can go ahead with the Patreon thing.
I wasn't ready.
All
right. So that was that, Israel. Hope that was edifying for you on that note. Now, what we want to do is bring out something else as well. I want to show you something, Salaki. I want to bring out the Are you able to see me? I feel like I'm like half cut off or whatever.
I got you.
Okay. So now I want to bring out some Israel. I want to share with you guys. It's about the Patreon. See, this is what we're doing. We're trying to help the people by 1, explaining the Bible, 2, teaching the Bible, 3, being able to edify. But at the same time, we also trying to grow and to expand. As you can see, what other people are trying to do as well. We're trying to reach out not only to the United States or just to Georgia. We're trying to reach out to the 4 corners. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort, but it's going to also take you all in response to helping us. So again, the water for helping us and showing us everything that you have been doing as much as you possibly can for us. Okay. So, but I just wanted to show you what the Patreon was all about. We speak on it, but you guys don't really see it that often for those who do not know. So I just want to share my screen right quick, and I'll break it down in detail later on, but I just want to do a quick going over real fast. So if you all don't know that whenever you're trying to, you donate through YouTube takes a big percentage of that. Sharing and like going through it, other means that we show you on there through our PayPal, CashApp, different things like that. It's a lot less going out. The water, regardless, when you do support us on YouTube, we do appreciate it. But at the same time, what we're trying to do is give back to the people. So what we try to do is we offer you all an opportunity to not only just hear us on Milk Mondays, TNT, Fridays, we actually can call in and ask you different questions or listen to some of the brothers who bring it out. Because on Saturdays, we're so busy in the streets cutting demons all day long that it's really not a time to edify. You're just out there learning what we do in the streets and how we deal. But this way, you all can see through the Patreon that we give back. So what we do is we make private videos. So what you don't see on Milk Mondays and TNT on Fridays, we're making a plethora of videos. The brothers are making so many more videos that it's quiet, it's direct, and it's coming out. And it all depends. So I'll let everything see for itself. So let me share my screen. Go to my tab. Go to my Patreon. And I'm sharing. You all can see that? Did he walk away from the camera?
I have no idea.
No, I know, right? So here's what I hope you guys can see this. Yeah. Bring it up right quick. At least that way we can see it right quick. Stand by 1 second.
Put a
Right.
7 in the chat if you can see the screen. Let's get a 7 in the chat if you can see what's on the screen right now.
Let's see if it moves. How far back am I?
It should say Sons of Thunder Israelites. It should say select the membership level.
That's what we all know.
Mark, you say God.
All right, cool. So what you're able to see right here, this is how it's broken down. This is our site. You look at the very top of the screen, the Sons of Thunder Israelites. We're on Patreon, okay? I'm bringing it down. This is the different tiers that we have. Okay. This is what we're trying to do, Israel. We're trying to raise money so that we can actually be able to afford different things, because it does cost money to run a camp. We do fund a lot of stuff on our own. This is what we do. We fund a lot of our own movies. We fund our shirts. We fund doing our own fringes. We do it on our own ourselves. But if you ever feel like you want to donate, but you also want to get something in return, this is another way of doing that. So you can see you can do it for $5 a month, 15 and 30. And you can see the different things you can get. On the Patreon for $5, you can get some pictures. You get some Patreon updates only that they don't even know. Not everybody, we don't put all the business out there. Chat community and the podcast, right? 15, you get a live stream. Everything from the previous tier, but you get 2 videos of the SOT members. On the VIP for 30, you get 4 videos a month. 4 additional videos of the brothers bringing out the word. Okay.
Shalom. Yabashim Shabrakata. Shalom, Israel.
Hey, Yabashim Shabrakata. So,
Shalom, King.
Shalom.
So when you also get in here, you actually get the $30. You actually get an SOT shirt. But here's the next one. I'll bring this one up. This is the 4th level, executive members. Okay. An executive member, you get a personal thank you video. You get exclusive behind the scenes. So when you do certain things behind the camera that we don't always show at camp, or when we go to unity camps or somewhere else, this is what we're actually doing right here. We actually show you more. You get unlimited videos. That's the kicker. So instead of just getting 4 videos, you can get potentially up to 4 to 6 to 8, or however many we were able to put out there at that time. So there's more videos that you can get for your money's worth, just for being a member, and you get a shirt. Okay. So this is what we're up to so far. We actually have 37 Patreons. This is what we're able to generate per month. Okay. Everyone can see this. This is what we're about. Okay. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to have a way for our members so we can contribute that whatever they can in order to raise necessary funds for the Holy Feast, New Moons, and for future Sons of Thunder School. This is what we're trying to do. We don't need the women to have to always be out there at camp sometimes. We would like to be able to sit down and have a better location for them to be able to learn where it's quiet. We have restrooms right around the corner.
Right.
We actually might have a place for the kids can actually go and hang out.
Right.
In here, you actually have the goals what we're trying to raise. And this is just the Patreon. So let's show you what's in it. We have dropped 23 audios. That's from the podcast, which I'm going to show you later. 967 images that you just don't see. You might see us live, but you don't get to see some of the different photo ops that we have. All right. 7 live streams that we've done. Did 5 different polls and 104 videos. Have you all seen all those videos? I highly doubt that. There's 104 Sons of Thunder Israelite videos that you all have not seen. But you can do that today. And this is what it looks like when you try to get in. You want to see that podcast, Nothing New in the Sun, that was just released? You got to join. If you want to see some of the pictures that's in here, Excellent Day of the Word, join. It's little as $5. But this is another way you can contribute to helping push His word. Just like right here. Unlock this post by becoming another Patreon member. Join for $50. This is one of the videos when you get into the higher tier.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the ones that the people will be able to see that no one else will be able to see. This is not being released on YouTube just for anyone. This is a personal videos that the Akim is bringing out of SOT. And it just goes and goes. And you just see them. Okay? So I just want to show you and bring that out for as an example. Now, let's scroll down to the end. And as you can see, 236 different posts. What have you all seen? You didn't see that. But this is what we're trying to do. So this is how it works. Just to show you. You choose the membership you want to do. You sign up. Add a payment method. And you get the different benefits that we can bring out to you. So we do appreciate it every single time, Israel.
Mm-hmm.
On what you do for us. Each and every time. So the water for all those who was a part of it. I'm going to bring something out for that later on. I'm actually going to show the different members who's a part of it and give you guys this an opportunity to say thank you live on here for what you have done for us. But I just want to show you something else right quick as well. And if any guys want to say something, you can. But right now, I'm going to share a screen for the actual podcast that we do.
Oh, that's my favorite. I love the podcast. Just keep me entertained while I'm at work.
And here. There we go.
All right, I got you. Hold on 1 second. There we go.
You got it?
Yep.
All right.
What's up?
So this is the Sons of Thunder Israelites podcast. I do this podcast. This is another way you can help to support us as well, or you just want to just listen. That'd be great. But this is what we also doing. Well, these podcasts, you can listen to this, sign up for it, but you're definitely getting this as a part of being on Patreon, so that those on Patreon get to see this because I'll post that on there first. But if you don't really want to, or you can sign up on here. That way, you can also still help and support. Okay, so as you can see, you can listen on Spotify, and these are other ones you can listen to: Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, as you can see. Okay, so I'm just giving you the different websites. You see us on Anchor.fm, Sons of Thunder Israelites. All right, so I'm gonna stop that just to show you another one. I'll give you another example. All right, let me give you one more. Share it. For those who got them iPhones.
Of course.
Here you are. You get the podcast and you see where it is. You see even the titles. Nothing new under the sun. Don't forget the kids. Don't be fooled. Dark winter, and it just goes and goes and goes. See that? The repentant Israelite said, more range. It's good to hear more brothers teaching. The podcast gives SOT more range. All praises. Put the water for that. So I just want to show you guys that real quick. I'm going to set up everything else in the background so that we can see more detailed information. But you guys can go ahead while I do that real quick.
Hey, Dorak, give me that Jeremiah 30 and 7. Shalom, Yaquab. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah Barakatah.
Shalom,
I had an Edomite nightmare. You hear that? Hey, it's a terrible day, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, how's it looking down there in Florida, man?
Hey, it's looking good. Everything is going as the Lord wants it to. And it's falling in order, man. So I can't complain, man. Ready to get this camp rolling out here, though. Lord willing. You know, hopefully school is not too dragging on me.
God. Hey, what city you gonna be in down there so the people can know?
I'm being Fort Myers, Florida. So on the west south side of Florida, man. So if any brothers in Fort Myers or the Naples area, Sarasota area, you know, hit up the Sons of Thunder Gmail, Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com, you know, let me know, man, so we can go out to camp and do the work of the Lord.
That's right. Shalom, Malachi.
Shalom.
How y'all brothers doing?
We good.
Doing all right.
All right, man. So look.
No echo, nothing.
You good?
You good?
All right. So Israel, look. As you can see, you got 4 captains on here. Tonight's an open discussion, and to be honest, this ain't playing. We just doing this. The question is Israel ready for Jacob's trouble? My thoughts? No, not at all. We're not even close at all. All right. And for those of y'all who wondering what we're talking about, go ahead, Dorak, read that Jeremiah 30 and 7.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. It reads, "Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it."
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Dorak real quick. When you hear Jacob's trouble, what do you think? What do you hear?
Man, when I hear that, I think of gunshots, explosions, dead bodies in the street, brothers, the martyrs for Yahweh Shah getting beheaded, and mothers and daughters, women being prostituted. You know, people like robots thinking they straight in this kingdom still. You know what I mean? Brothers, people practicing wickedness to stay alive, man. That's what I think of it.
All right, well, me and you talked a couple before we started the show. Yeah, you said you was willing to be a martyr, right? You was ready to do it. Like, I'm gonna ask you. You got a family, all right? So now, when your family and most of your family is women, now when you in that line, they're like, yo, either go ahead and take this vaccine. Or, we ain't gonna say vaccine. Take this chip. What's that chip? Take this chip, or we raping all the women in your family. You still finna sit here and be a martyr?
But I'm gonna go out for a fight. I'm taking someone down with me. They got and
strong. Daqua, what you think, man? You think Israel ready for this?
Nah, man. We need more solidarity in this thing, man. We need definitely more solidarity when it comes to Jacob's trouble. You know, Zephaniah 2:1. You know, we got to gather ourselves together before the decree come forth.
Right.
So before that decree, that Jacob's trouble, man, we got to have some type of solidarity, as we all understand, man. We brothers and we on the same page. Yahweh Shah is coming to save us out of here, not your particular camp or persons.
That's right. Malachi, what you got to say, man?
Khan, I'm gonna have to agree with the brothers, man. You know, Israel got a lot of growing up to do, getting built up in the spirit, man. We got to get built up in the spirit a lot more, man. And you know, get ready and get prepared for these times. You know, we see a lot of stuff that's going on right now. It's just you know, we got to get more mature in the spirit.
Right. So I don't want to Akron. How you feel about it? What do you think? Because me personally, and I'm gonna kind of direct you where I want you to go. But me personally, I don't think Israel is ready to plant their own food, nor do I think Israel is ready to survive in the wilderness.
Nope. We haven't done enough that we possibly could do. First and foremost, for the stuff that we could be doing right now, we're not doing it. We're not trying. Israel is still a baby. Israel is going to have to be, it's still being spoon-fed right now. We haven't put the ideal that, first and foremost, Israel do not fear the Most High as they should. You think this is another fairy tale. Some people still think this is a storybook. Some people don't believe that when he said, I'm going to come as a thief, they don't understand how deep that goes. That when it happens, you're not ready. No one is ever ready, even if you're in your house. When the door gets kicked in, you're not ready. Unless you're one of those guys who's so prepped up that all you're doing is just sitting around and you're just staring at the window, hoping someone to come.
Right.
At some point, you're still going to have to fall asleep. So you're still not ever completely ready. So, with that being said, Israel, you have to be able to understand that there's a lot of work that we have to do. There's so much that we have to get prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
We're not ready for them. We're not ready for those kind of conversations. You're not ready to have that conversation with your spouse or your children to say, hey, if they come and knocking, I might have to take some meds off. I might get taken myself. I might have to sacrifice you. I might have to sacrifice myself. Who can have that conversation? Who is ready to and say, hey, if they take me, this is what you need to do to survive. This is what you need to do to keep the house. This is what you need to do to get out. No one even have a bug out plan in case it hits the thing.
Right.
No one has anything set to say, I'm ready. We laugh when we watch people who do those prepping shows and stuff like that to try to get ready. But you haven't really sat there and prepped yourself to say what's going to happen when someone comes when that hour of temptation and say, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when I put this to the head like that? What are you going to do? You're not ready for this. We just want to read the Bible. We don't want to apply the Bible. We want to talk about the Bible. But we don't want to study to see how it can make me better. We talk a good game. But when it comes down to it, we know it says, hey, it's good to die for a brother that's love right there. To die for your brother. A lot of people not even brothers.
Right.
And you in your own same camp. You within your own family. You supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? Do you really do that, Israel? Can you really say you love your neighbor? That's when you gotta sit in and ask, am I really ready for this? Okay, it goes way deeper than this. Doing this, I got no food for 2 weeks. Hey man, even the Most High show the birds ain't sweating for eating, but your mental state, you ain't ready for that. You know how gone you will be by day 7 of not eating. You guys can't even fast 2 days. Hell, 1 day. What are you gonna do when it's forced on you 7 days? Day 14 rolling around. Them pork and beans and weenies gonna start looking real good to you, huh?
Some of y'all only prepared for 7 days. Some of y'all only looking at 7 days. Like on day 8, you gonna give it up. You ready to go? Hey, the most I said 7 days. I was gonna maybe 10 is the most.
Right.
11. I'm done.
Now I'm not picking on nobody who doesn't have the opportunity or the ability, especially like people in the cities who, especially in like lost and stuff like that. You know, we got some rich Israelites out there. No, I'm just teasing. But you actually have people who's in situations, especially people in apartment buildings, that's a lot, sky rises, whatever. Are you growing your own food?
Mm-hmm.
Are you learning to grow your food? Are you even saving seeds for yourself? Hell, people eating GMO foods don't even know that you have to have some kind of a seed in to let you know that it can reproduce itself. Hell, even the devil's been working in overtime. He got Santos taking your seeds so that you can just plant them one time and they won't reproduce the next year. So that's why if you're able to start thinking, am I truly ready for this? Especially those who have family. You can be single and be like, I'm a lone wolf. I'm an individual. Like I can go out there and I can do what I want to do. I can hide in the shadows, you know, be a sneaky ninja and start crawling around in the woods. Think about it though, Israel. How long you gonna last when your power go out in your house? Y'all go crazy just because your phone can't connect to the internet and you looking at a post.
Mm-hmm.
You can be watching SOT all you want to. When that power go off, how long you got before you start losing your mind? This is the winter time. Then he said, pray that your flight not be in the winter. What you can do, you lose your power and it's 30 degrees outside. And it's gone for a week. You got blankets, you got a heater. How you gonna stay warm? You got wood. Think about it. These are the things that we don't get the opportunity to sit here and have a real good dialogue. So this is why we got you guys on here, because we want to ask you all, because everyone here is in a different state of life. This man right here, he's one of the youngest ones we have, right? I'm married with children. The host is married with children. And you gentlemen down here, you guys are still young, but you're still older. But you guys, for the most part, don't have huge families. You pretty much have you and your significant other, or you just you by yourself right now. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you're not even in the same house. So think about it. What are you gonna do? What's your game plan? What do you do? Israel, think about this. What are you gonna do when the power goes out? Where's your generator? See, the temptation we keep thinking is someone's necessarily going to bring it to me. That's not what always temptation is. The temptation can also be that someone's going to bring something to you, or you is going to be the one going out there wanting to do something stupid. I'm going to rob this store so I can get in that Snickers. I want y'all to really think about it. We watch a lot of TV, right? We watch movies, and then you see things that happen. You know, what is that? 16. What is that? It's a zombie movie. I can't think of the other one. 18 days later, or something like that. 16 weeks later, something like that. when the apocalypse happened and all of a sudden everyone's dead and they got dead men walking around and they running and chasing and stuff. So instead of dead zombies chasing you, got other people chasing you, trying to rob you, kicking your door in. They're really conditioning you to let you know this is what could possibly happen. How much food do you have? If someone starts beating on your door right now in the background, boom, 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 open up the door, and it ain't the police. You got people who want what you got. Some people have a family. I'm willing to take from you so my family can live. So how long are you going to share your food? Or will you share your food? These are the kind of conversations that Israel's not ready for because, one, we still new. Two, you know, you can find that quick too. It's better get you a sword. Better yet, get you two.
Oh, it says sell your cloak, man. Hey, get your sword, man. Get your scripts.
Yeah.
You're
going to need that because if you don't have your head rooted in this word to know how your ancestors survived, because if you look at it, they survived. How they survived? The Bible gives you a roadmap and what they did. They had to endure. That's what we keep saying now. You got to endure to the end.
That's right.
That's how you save.
We got a precept for you, Adawan.
Bring it.
You know, some others, listening to the conversation may say, well, like y'all put on the screen, we don't even know which seeds and nuts we can eat in the wilderness. And that's all gonna boil down to like research. You know, yeah, we want to be rooted in having faith in the Mashiach and Yahweh and being studied in these scriptures. But the scriptures tell you not to be ignorant of anything. You know, let's go to Sirach 5 and 15. It reads, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." So it's, yes, you want to be rooted in the scriptures, but you also want to do research on other things that can benefit you. It's important for you to know the things that you can eat when we got to go out into the wilderness. It's important to know how to sustain life outside of the world that we live in now. You know, everything that we live in right now is pretty much controlled by technology. Mm-hmm. And at some point, we're not gonna have access to this technology. So you're gonna need to know. You're gonna have to have the knowledge to be able to sustain without, being able to go in your living room and get free running water. Well, not free, but get running water out of your faucet. You're not going to be able to always do that. You're not going to be able to go into your fridge and be able to get and make you a turkey sandwich all the time. You're going to have to know how to go out there, hunt, get your food, and cook it, skin it, whatever thing. So that's the point that the other one is getting to. You can't be ignorant in any matter. You got to know something about something else. All right, it's we rooted in the scriptures and in the faith in Yahweh Shai that they're gonna provide the things that we need. But a part of that is you having that knowledge as well.
How many sisters out there are ready to clean and debone a fish?
Right.
Yeah, who's ready to do that? Who's ready to gut a deer?
Funny you said that. It's so funny you said that. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead, King. I want to see a sister that wants to take that knife and pull the stomach and the small intestines out of a deer. I want to see that.
Hey, you know what's real about that though? Is the fact that we were watching that because I'm always all over YouTube doing different stuff like that, and we as a matter of fact, I got your mom. She watched the video and the guy was cleaning the deer, and she walked around the corner. And she just looked at it and she was like, "What? Wait, what?" And they were just showing us that, all right, you just take this knife, you go what? Right here, and just pull out the guts and just throw it on the ground. She was like, "Man, I can't. I don't know if I can. Whoa, this is a lot." And I said, well, what happens if you're gonna do that in the actual? Well, I messed that up. In the wilderness. Go ahead.
It's you can find it on YouTube. It's Edomite 5-year-olds that can do that without flinching.
Right.
Come on, man.
And the thing is, they ready. You know, we always see them out there shooting and doing everything else under the sun. But you know what? What are you ready? What are you able to do, Israel? You really got to sit back and think about it.
Yo,
They gotta be ready.
Sharon Purdy says she can. She can debone a fish. Hey, the time coming. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I hope your husband ready. Like, hey, look, I caught 5 fish. You gotta debone all these within the next 15 minutes. I'm sorry, but we hungry. Man, we're gonna see if you can actually do it. Because a lot of people and a lot of Israel will say they ready, but here's the thing: you're not ready.
No,
you're not ready.
You're not.
Like, it's cool to talk about it until you actually got to get your hands dirty. Then it's completely different. Like, we talking about food right now, gathering berries, knowing what berries are poisonous to you. Because even in Georgia, there's a plethora of food and nuts and berries that you can eat, even in Georgia. But then there's other ones we call, just like in Israel, you got the wheat and the tares in Israel. You got wheat and tares and berries too. You got berries that look like you can actually, they're actually for your good. They're actually poisonous.
Right.
You got them here in Georgia. Now, how do you understand, Israel, which one you can eat and which one you can't? That's what we mean by, are you prepared to having to deal with Jacob's trouble? Because not only are you going to have to deal with agents or people trying to lock you up or different things of that matter, but if you try to go underground, how you going to feed yourself? Have you taken the time to actually understand what is actually clean for us to eat in the wilderness?
Right.
Have you looked at that? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you ask me, what am I going to hunt? The only thing that I know for a fact that I can go hunt and eat for real is bison and deer. That's it.
No. How about this? How about this? Time out. Israel. Yeah. What can you eat that's clean?
Right.
Do you even know where to find it? Do you even know where that is? Let's see who knows in the chat. Can you eat a duck? Put in yes or no in the chat group. Can you eat a duck? Are you allowed to sit here and eat? No, squirrel.
Yeah.
You can see them all over the place.
Now I want some gator fritters.
Oh man, not the gator.
Okay. Some of y'all got some lakes and ponds, right? You gonna eat that? You can eat that catfish? See, that's what we're talking about. If you can even respond to that, to even know where to even go. That's why it's important to be in your Bible. Oh, mine just popped up to show me a whole lot of quail, no duck. Cool. So that's what it's supposed to be, right? But are you having this discussion? Are you having a discussion with the people next to you? Even with your neighbors? If you love them, your neighbor, do you know who your neighbor is? Do you even talk to your neighbor? Do you have close ties to say, hey, whatever it hits the fan, you got my back, I got your back? Can you cover me? Because like they showed up here, the purge is going to happen like that. That's a real purge. They're going to try to get rid of us.
Yeah, I got a precept too.
Oh, bring it.
Hey, Gerard, get second address for me. 16 and 21. Because the brothers bringing out some good points, man. Some good points. Brothers need to know they could know what we could eat. You know, a lot of brothers run to Leviticus 11 for the dietary law, but when you go to Deuteronomy 14, that gives you the different beasts that you can eat.
Right.
So it's kind of the opposite of Leviticus 11. But read that out.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 21. It says, "Behold, a viscous shall be so good, cheap upon earth."
Read it again.
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth.
Right? It says victuals shall be so good, cheap on the earth, man. It ain't. It's just how that toilet paper, everybody was going to grab it. Hey, things are gonna start to get cheap during this famine, man. When this famine hits, you ain't gonna be worrying about buying no damn your J's, your polo outfit, your Gucci. You're gonna be trying to get some food, and they said a lot of stuff is gonna be going for cheap. Real quick, I turn to 2nd Ezra 6:25. Watch this. This is what happened in the famine.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be something
in the famine. Go ahead,
It's gonna be something out there looking for the Henny in the 1942.
You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna want you ain't gonna want that in that day. You're gonna be doing stuff like this. Watch this. Read verse 25.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 25.
It's like a 2nd Kings 6:25. Turn that real quick.
Okay.
Because it's something similar. A famine was going on.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. Jacob's trouble, this famine's gonna come. It's gonna be the same type of thing. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. It's the book of
That's why the elders bringing it out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 25. It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria.
Right, the same thing we're talking about. It was a great famine. Read.
And behold, they besieged it, till an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver.
Listen to that, man. A donkey's head was sold for four pieces of silver. A donkey's head. What meat is on that?
Nothing.
But read on that.
In the fourth part of a cab of a dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
And you have bird shit literally for 5 pieces of silver.
Called inflation.
We're talking about.
Inflation. What do you think your dollar is gonna be worth?
Nothing.
You're gonna have to have a whole lot just to get a can of soda.
Right.
Y'all see this, man? I'm telling you, Israel, quickly and simple. You see the movies, man. If they think about this. If power goes out, what's the value of your credit card?
Worthless.
-0.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just going on the deep end.
And you might as well cut it and turn it into something sharp. Make it a weapon.
Hey, you know what's even crazy though? If you think about it. We practice the righteous acts, right? So what do? We hold tabernacles. What do you do with tabernacles? Where you sleep?
Outside.
And what? In a tent, right? Israel, y'all got a tent? If you were an Israelite practicing the righteous acts, you would have a tent to be ready for you and your family. So if you're not even keeping these laws like you're wanting to be trying to say you ought to do, what are you doing?
No, brother, we ain't got to keep them feast days, brother.
Was there more meat on that bone for you?
Hey, yeah, kind. Go back to 2nd Ezra. Read verse 21 again.
I just had to throw that out there. It's like, come on, y'all.
That was a fact, though.
Boy, some of y'all open that zippers, and you're gonna have moss come flying out. Like, what is this? Y'all not ready. Not ready.
Hey, brothers ain't ready, man.
Okay, I'm gonna start at the beginning. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 21.
Bring it up.
It says, behold, this shall be so good cheap upon the earth.
Read.
That they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
So victuals gonna be going for so cheap. People gonna be they're gonna think it's all right. Hey, we getting this for the low, we getting that for the low, we getting this for the low. The inflation got them thinking they thinking backwards. But read on now. Watch what's gonna happen.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
But it's gonna be more evils growing on the earth. Go ahead.
Sword, famine, and great confusion.
And it's gonna be a sword, famine, and great confusion upon this earth, man, during this time. Read on that.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
See, and some people, they're going to die of famine. You're not even going to make it out. Like the other one is bringing out, you ain't going to know how to survive during this thing. You ain't going to know what to eat. You ain't going to know what not to eat. You're going to be eating damn poison berries.
Mm-hmm.
And people going to be trying to kill you for your food. Read on that.
And others that escape hunger shall the sword destroy.
And you can't even get away, man. Some people gonna be able to feed your family, but hey, they're gonna run in your crib. Now you have to face that sword.
Hey, y'all be trying to sell y'all PlayStation 5. Anybody gonna want that, man? Come on. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You got more?
Hey, keep going out.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them.
Hey man, there ain't gonna be nobody to bear you and going spiritual. It's gonna be nobody to comfort a man in that day. It ain't gonna. You gonna look at your wife. She gonna look at you. You gonna want to say, "Baby, it's all right." But at the same time, man, we in a famine. The kids is hungry. We hungry. Right? Read on.
For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Right? Babylon gonna be cast down. Read.
Verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth.
Ain't nobody gonna be tilling the earth in that day. Wheat's gonna be growing everywhere. Ain't nobody gonna be worrying about a grass being cut nice. It's not gonna be that time nor that season. Read that.
And to sow it.
Come on.
The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?
Right, come on.
The grapes shall be ripened, and who shall tread them?
Ain't nobody gonna tread them, man. Nobody gonna take care of the vineyard. Read.
For all places shall be desolate of men.
Right, read on. This is the heavy point. Read this.
So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice.
Now think how heavy that is. Another man is gonna desire and yearn to hear another man's voice and to see him.
And that was a quiet place. I think that's the name of that movie. When you had to be quiet, you couldn't say nothing.
Hey, in that day, brothers gonna be like, "Yo, I need an Israel. I want to see an Israelite," and it's gonna be you ain't gonna know what Akim meant. Lord willing, the Israelites is up out of here.
That's right.
Yo, look, hey, hold on. Let's get that scripture real quick because I know we're talking about. Let's get that. Go to turn to Isaiah. All right. Isaiah 65 and 13. Because we also got to remember this. So while we're talking about Jacob's trouble, those that's fearing Yahweh, while Yahweh shy, we understand and truly believe this because the Most High said it. Read that out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servants shall eat.
Right, and Yahweh said it, man. His servants is gonna eat. So his servants, the one that's serving him, the Israelites, we gonna find a way, or the Most High gonna give it to us, man. He gonna make a way for us to eat. Read.
But ye shall be hungry.
Amen. But those that's not serving, they're gonna be hungry, man. Those are the ones that's gonna be going crazy in this famine.
Right.
Lord willing, the Most High give us that sound mind at least. The brothers that do gotta go through that famine. Read.
Behold, my servants shall drink.
Come on.
But ye shall be thirsty.
Come on.
Behold, my servants shall rejoice.
And we're going to rejoice. Why? Because our hope is always in the Lord. We always trusting in Yahweh while Yahweh shot, man.
That's right.
That's right.
So we believe that even though it's a famine, brothers dying of the sword, it's great confusion on the earth. We truly believe that Yahweh is going to save us up out of here, man, through his only begotten son, Yahweh shot. Read on that.
And behold, my servant, but ye shall be ashamed.
And that's it, man. Hey, everybody else gonna be confounded and ashamed that day.
Precept. That's my turn. Let me get
Get
that Luke 17:5.
Hey, hold on. Hey, look. Michael Alexander said, "Hey, when the day comes, y'all gonna be so out of shape, y'all can't even do nothing, man. Y'all just gonna be standing there watching the Esau run up on you, bro."
It's the truth. It is so true because this is going to be heavy for a lot of people to truly comprehend. Okay. You single. You go outside, there's no power anywhere. No power. What no power mean? Gas pump's not running. So what's your tank sitting at right now? What's your tank looking like right now? How far are you gonna get? On E-Hum.
That's what I'm going to get gas right now.
I'm putting $5 on this pump right here. $5 is on you down the street. And what's that gonna get you? What are you gonna do? What happens when the pump shut off? Think about it. This walk with me. What happens when the pumps of the gas station shut off? What's happened next?
I mean, I used to be a crook in my past life, so I know how to siphon your gas. So I'll be all right. I'll be good. I'm just gonna take it out to
what you do. But a lot of gas tanks got what now? You got them key
exactly
key cap because they know people in siphon. So what happens when the gas go out? What happens to electricity? And now what's next? Malachi, what do you think is gonna happen when the power is gone? What's next?
Dude, brothers who not prepared gonna be stuck.
Right. So what happens after the power is shut off is next thing is vehicles stop running. Those are delivery trucks. Delivery trucks don't bring food anymore because you can't turn on the gas pumps. No one, I don't care what you say, no one's gonna go out there and dig in the concrete of the gas station to get some petrol.
As soon as them 18-wheelers stop moving, it's over with.
It's over.
Right.
And then what happens to the grocery store? They lose power.
Hey, all the food going bad.
Food gonna go bad, right? So the food that's gonna kill you even faster is the food that's on the shelves in them cans. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. If you ever want to know if you're eating good and if you're eating right, the grocery stores is always made a certain way. All the food that you're supposed to be able to eat that's good for you is always on the wall, on the outside. Everything that is not good for you, that is chock full of preservatives, that's bad, is always in the aisle. And they got them on shelves. So that every time you walk by, everything is eyesight and has color to it. But that's not the good stuff. So all the bad stuff is gonna be there. The good stuff is gonna be like, wow. But you gonna say, I eat anything. Yes, we will. And everybody else. So everybody gonna see you rolling down the street with a shopping cart. Because you can't drive. And I'm sure you don't live less than 30 feet from Publix. Or the gas station. You see what I'm saying? So bring this out right quick.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 17, and verse 5. And the apostle said unto the Lord,
What they say?
increase our faith.
Increase our faith. That's what you need to be asking. Increase my faith. Because your faith is going to tell you, okay, he got me. He's watching my back. He's got my back. He's going to help me. He's going to do everything I need. Please help me. Water wine, please. That when you get to that point, you're like, hold on a second. I just saw Becky and them across the street just get snatched out of their houses. They put some in their bell box and they came. I don't know what's going on, and there's no one in the house. They yell like, take my kids. Watch my kids. Can y'all do that? Read on.
And the Lord said, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye might say unto the sycamore tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it shall obey you.
Right, you gotta have you some serious faith. But we keep talking. That's why we talking about this right now. You don't have that kind of faith. You don't, because the first time you go through any kind of trial and tribulation right now, people flip. Oh man, we're going through this right now. I'm gonna tell you something. Let the power go out. Were any of you guys ready when Snowmageddon hit? But was that about 4 or 5 years ago? For those who was here in Georgia, when the entire state shut down because of all the ice. You couldn't go anywhere for 3 days because there was so much ice in the road. You still couldn't even go anywhere. People had to walk home. People were stuck in their cars on the highway. Are you ready for this? What are you gonna do? Go ahead, give me this 2nd Ezra 14 that we were talking about, and we're gonna start with 11.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts. The 10th part of it are gone already, and half of the 10th part. And there remain that which is after the half of the 10th part,
So we know the time is short. Go.
Con. Now therefore set thine house in order.
Set your house in order. That's what we're bringing out before. You got to get right. Be prepared. Set your house in order. Read.
Reprove thy people.
That's what we're doing.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
That's what we're trying to do now. Learn how to comfort one another before time hits the fan, as you're going through your practice right now. But when it really hits the fan, you all got to be able to say, "I still got you, bro. I understand what you're going through. Let me help you, sis. I understand. We're going to talk this out. We're going to work this." That's why you're supposed to sit there and love your neighbors, love yourself, and help one another out. Read.
And now renounce corruption.
And that's what you're supposed to be doing. Renounce, because it's going to come. It's not necessarily you. It's going to be what's around you.
Let go from the mortal.
Let go of your mortal thoughts of what's happening right now. All right? People are completely distracted. What do I keep telling my people? Either you see them dancing, playing a game, or they're into some other kind of sport. Or basically be on their phone from something. That's all our people is doing. I turn on my phone and go to YouTube. Dance in Africa, dance nation, dance this. Everyone's just dancing. Why they always showing Jake dancing? Jake ain't ready for this. You'll be moonwalking yourself right into a ditch. Read.
Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Put off that weak nature. Kind of gird up your loins. Get ready for this. Read.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
You might as well start worrying about this stuff that doesn't mean anything. Start putting the Most High in this book on your mind, your thoughts. That's what it's supposed to be. Read.
And hasten to flee from these times.
That's when you hasten to flee from these times. It's gonna get bad. Y'all, I saw in there it says 2020 was a bad year. It was so bad. It was the worst ever. And I said this thing to my wife. Why is it 2020 was the worst year? It's always a bad year for us.
Every year.
No, we still got killed just as much in 2019 and 2020. We still got people missing. Our daughters are getting their uteruses ripped out of them. Kids are missing. And y'all, but see the thing is right now, they're getting hit in their pocket. It's happening in their backyard. Their families is hurt. So now it's a bad year. Every other nation is like, oh, woe is us. We're going through. We've been going through. You see what the difference is between us and them? We been doing it so long, we're used to it. Hey, what you always talking about? Hey, power go out. Candles. We know how to survive in the hood, right? We had to deal with that. We had to deal with, well, didn't pay the bill this month. I guess we can have no water this week.
Salakia. Hey, I was talking to my boss earlier today, and he was talking about how bad it was. And I was looking at him like, yo, it's not really that bad. It's kind of normal. It hasn't really changed that much. You know, because he's an Edomite, he's looking at me, why are you not concerned about this? And I was literally looking at him like, there's nothing to be concerned about. None of this changes anything for me. Exactly. Yesterday, you hated me. Today, you hate me. Tomorrow, you're going to hate me. It doesn't change anything for me. For you, you are on the bottom end now for the first time. You're getting wrecked. Your kids you're seeing your kids on opioids. You're seeing your kids and your family members, your elders die from COVID. You're watching that, and then you're looking at everything else and going, it's too much. Well, most of Israel in America been dealing with these same issues this whole entire time you've had us here. We're not upset. We're not fazed by this. To us, this is making it equal ground. This is that equality that we're fighting for. Now everybody got to live in this dump that we call America, and everybody got to be shitted on at the same time. That's how we're looking at it. My boss is looking at me going, that's unfair. I'm looking at him going, shit, it's completely fair. Matter of fact, you know what'll make it even more fair? I put you in chains and you still got to die from COVID. That'll make it equal, in my opinion. I got you in shackles and your whole family has COVID. Now I feel like it's fair. We're on equal ground. That's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? But most of the world is looking at this situation like, well, you know, if Israel not getting fucked up, then hey, look, it's just not right. It's not of God. But here's the thing. What did Most High say? Hey, look, y'all gotta be repaid back. So that means the other nations gotta watch us live good while they get dissected, destroyed, taken apart. They gotta watch us. They gotta actually. And what's a better way to show the other nations that they are fucked up than to give them a disease that doesn't touch us? And I'm not saying that's COVID. But I'm saying, in my mind, what would be a better way than to show them, these people are not being, they're not being touched by what you're being touched. But if you take that and you be spiritual and look at what we're dealing with right now, as the world crumbles, you're gonna see Jake. Jake's just sitting here like, yo, it was already fucked up to begin with. I don't really know what I gotta cry about. And you're gonna see Esau go, why don't you have any empathy for me? And then Jake's gonna turn around and say, what was your empathy for 500 years of slavery?
That's right.
Where were you then? Why you didn't help me then? And end result is going to be that civil war that y'all talking about, because Jake gonna get tired. He gonna get tired of it. He gonna get tired of being blamed for not having empathy for somebody that didn't have empathy for him for hundreds of years. He gonna get tired of it. He gonna fight back. And what happens when we fight back? Of course, Esau tightens his screw. He tightens everything around you. Now your daughter becomes a tool to be used to get you in control. Because guess what? They know it doesn't really matter. They know it's the seed of the man. So they're going to grab your daughter. They're going to threaten to rape your daughter in front of you. They're going to tell you everything in the book to get you uncomfortable about the situation. Now what are you going to do, Jake? You're going to stand up? You're going to, hey, look, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm still keeping these commandments. I'm still following the laws. I'm still doing what I got to do. Or you're going to bend. Yo, don't rape my daughter. Please don't rape my daughter. Don't do it in front of me. I can't take it. No. All right, I'll eat the pork. Which one are you going to do? Which one you going to do? Because I'm telling you, I have a daughter, and that's a tough situation to put me in. Am I ready for Jacob's trouble? I can't sit here and tell you, yeah, I'm ready completely. Because when I think about having to deal with that with my daughter, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. But as an Israelite, as a man of God, as somebody that I that knows what I want, it's got to happen. When I read about Jonah, I know there's nothing that I can do to keep it from happening.
You can't.
Period. It's going to happen the way the Most High set it up. Now, Israel, what you gonna do? Most High said, yo, you got to go through X, Y, and Z to get to the kingdom. You gonna look at him and say, no, I want X, Y, and matter of fact, give me X again. I don't need Z. Just give me X again. Or you gonna take X, Y, and Z. Ain't no such thing as being fully prepared. If we was fully prepared, if Israel was fully prepared, we wouldn't be in the state we in right now. If we actually knew what was coming and knew how to handle it, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Because we'd have been smart enough, we would have at least been smart enough to keep the commandment. But we didn't do it. So where we at right now is to learn, study, and grow. Become the best Israelite you can be. Become the best man you can be. Become the best wife you can be. Best rib you can be. Best husband you can be. Best father you can be. Best teacher you can be. I don't care, even if you are a Facebook Israelite. All right? You're a Home Alonian. Be the best Home Alonian you can be. Touch somebody, teach somebody. And hopefully that person you teach finds a camp. And then they can come back and teach you and straighten you out. Do it to the best of your ability. Because Jacob's trouble is not going to be me sitting here in my room by myself, dealing with everything by myself. No. To deal with Jacob's trouble, to deal with our tribulation at that point, it's going to take every brother you see on this screen, every person on here that's listening to this broadcast, everybody that's talking about what you're talking about, everybody going to have to come together in order for us to make it. No one person is going to be able to do it. It ain't going to happen. No, one person is not going to be able to make it through. that person, and even if one single person from Israel does make it through, and that's how we're saved, it has to be because other brothers and other sisters around him was able to sacrifice so that that one person can make it through. So no one person can do it on their own. You didn't see Yahweh Shai. You didn't see Yahweh Shai teaching by himself. You ain't see him dealing with things on his own. He had a camp. That for all you they said you camp naysayers too. Yahweh Shai had
continued after he left.
Right. He had brothers that was willing to keep the work going. The same way that you have in camps. Case in point, if we had a Christmas camp and y'all all isn't able to make it, does that mean brothers ain't able to go? Are we not going to have camp? No. There's still going to be a camp. Because brothers have to be able to elevate, learn, and keep it moving. Yaquab, let me ask you a question real quick. Being that you moved and you move in a new situation now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got up tomorrow morning and see that Atlanta got bombed by is SOT done with?
I gotta hold it down.
So you telling me you're gonna take the Atlanta over? SOT, everybody in Atlanta is done. You gonna take it over now?
You have no choice. You gotta keep the choice going. Not real tough. Real tough. Keep it going.
So Malachi, so you wake up tomorrow morning and our elders are gone, and guess what? We got to get ready for Saturday. What you doing?
Should I probably already got a lesson prepared to say something on Saturday, but just for that situation, I'm in my book. Soon as I get the word, looking for a prepared lesson to comfort brothers and sisters on our elders being gone. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep the word pushing and looking forward to continuing to build up brothers under us, continuing to look forward to getting to school, keeping Israel edified. I mean, we can't stop. We gonna mourn like the scriptures tell us to mourn for our elders and our loved ones, but I mean that doesn't. You ain't see Peter and them stop they ministry when Yahushua left. They chief captain, they kept going. They lost another brother, Judas. They brought out precepts from David and said this was his lot. All right, he bought him a field with a reward of iniquity, and found a brother to replace him, and kept going and adding on thousands and thousands of brothers at a time, keeping the ministry going. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna with the Most High's will, we're gonna try to do the same thing.
God. All right, put a 7 in the chat if you willing to keep this word going. If you willing to pick up this mantle when it's your time. While we waiting on that, hey, DeRock.
Adawan.
So Adawan, so you wake up tomorrow and Adawan Akra is non-responsive. What you doing?
Hey, this word still got to be pushed out. I'm going hard.
You taking care of this house? What you doing?
God.
That's what he ain't say yet. He know what work he got to do now.
Hey, look. Hey, make sure you get all them laws split too, Ak. We want all them laws split in a timely manner, man.
I'm gonna show y'all something. This is why we talk. I think I brought it at least twice before, but it can never get old. Bring out the scriptures, never get old. But I'm gonna hit y'all with something. Bring this out. Chapter 15. 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, 1 through 6. 1 through 6. Check this out, Israel. He's asking y'all some very good questions. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when you see your car stolen? If you ever had your car stolen, I'll tell you something. We lost power, and that's why I say the Most High is constantly, I say, working on us and stuff like that to see how we react, and how we still conduct day-to-day businesses. Right. The other day we lost water. before he came over, we lost water half my day. On the phone. What's going on? You can't get nobody on the phone. All right. What is that? Then you try to go check your bill. It's fine. So what happened? You don't know, but you don't have no water. And at that time, let's say you didn't take a shower, brush your teeth. You didn't fill up the water that you had for your first cup of the day. You already woke up dehydrated. What's going on? How quick before you start to sit in panic? Let's say you even had to go to work. And you never took your shower first, right? Now you're just like, damn, I smell like yesterday. So you're going to try to fake it. But then what was it, 2 or 3 days? So what I ended up having to do, I had to go down the street. And then I talked to my neighbor. He said, oh, it's everywhere. I said, what do you mean everywhere? Whole neighborhood, this whole side of this area over here, no water. Go up the street and you see them working on the pipes. So they shut off the water. So what are you going to do if, let's say, it really does happen? Where you stand at? How much water you have? Have you ever thought about that? How are you going to, how many times can you flush your toilet with no water? So then where you going to go? What are you going to do about that? All right? You got to start thinking about this stuff because it's like, hey, Israel, we're having a dialogue right here. And we're sharpening each other, but having us to think, are we ready? How are you ready? Think about it. Turn off your water. Everything in the house. See how long you can go without having no water in your house. Hit the main circuit breaker in your house. See how long your kids and your spouse trying to look at you like, baby, we're gonna practice this. She gonna look at you. You gonna turn that power back on?
That's what I say. Look, if you got kids, you got a family, you might not even be able to discuss it. You might just have to go into the garage or wherever your power box is and just hit all the circuit breakers and turn them off and leave them off and just tell them, yo, it's the power outs. You see how long they last before they crack.
Where's your candles at? Who got candles? Not this good smelly stuff. I got that one big giant no candles. And enough candles gonna last a day. You can let a candle burn all night and it'll be gone. Day one done. Read this.
Guys, book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 1.
Read.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
This is what we do. Read.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Go on.
And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Written in paper. Read.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Don't be bothered by this, Israel. Don't be bothered by this. It's going to happen. Read.
That speak against thee. For all thy unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So like
unfaithful is going to die being unfaithful. Read.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
He's going to bring plagues, which is already here, but it's going to get worse. Read.
Sword, famine, death, and destruction.
2020 is a bad year. It was so hard. He didn't say, where in the Bible did he say I'm going to turn it off? Find that. Who got that? Where in the Bible he said I'm going to turn it off?
Oh, I got the precept for you right here.
On this date. Read.
2nd Ezra 16:16. Like as an arrow which shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be set upon the earth shall not return again. So hey, back, man.
You got all kind of plagues out there. And you know, if you look it up, a plague is not necessarily a disease. A plague could be anything that is totally bothering all kinds of people, all kinds of ways. That's a plague. You gotta have a plague of locusts, a plague of disease. You have a plague of people that's being done all around you, just destroying stuff. It's a plague. He uses a plague any kind of way. It's an adjective. Person, place, or thing. Okay, like a noun. But this an adjective is what you actually doing. What they got out there? This thing could be small. It could be big. It could be whatever. Finish reading that one, bro.
It says the sword.
6.
Oh, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hopeful works are fulfilled. So
this is what you're seeing. All this is going on out there, and I'm going to go chapter 7, second of the 7. This is what's a lot of stuff that's jacked up. Israel. We coming in here, we trying to talk to the people. It's about to be 11 o'clock, My house is already feel like I was in a war zone. People out here getting ready for New Year's and all that stuff when it's not even a real New Year. But it's folly all around. We gotta just deal with it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. You think they'll be ready? If you was to come back right now and we in the middle of doing this work, what's gonna happen to them?
Like the days of Noah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Read that.
Second Ezra 7:1.
One.
The book of Second Ezra chapter.
Go up to 28 up here.
This is the book of Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honor of the holy laws.
Be willing for this. That's what he asked. You willing to die for this? Y'all be a martyr for this? Yeah, for this. Read.
And when he has said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
That's it. So some people are gonna have to get that point. You have to make your mind up. I'm really gonna take this L right here, so I can get a W. See? Are you ready for that, Israel? Let's slide on down. Let's go to number 1. Yep.
This book of 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1.
Read.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mothers were taken.
That were what?
Oh, seven brethren with their mother were taken.
They were taken. Read.
And compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
So they came to torment them to taste wine's flesh. It's gonna be that bad that all they wanted to do is to break a law. That's it. Read.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
So they're gonna get a beat down like everyone else is. We're gonna have to feel some pain. Read.
But one of them that spake first, and thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the law of our fathers.
That's what they're standing on, right? Because they're like, look, this is what we end up having to do. Now, I want you to go ahead and skip down. Let's get before the 14.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was ready to die, he said, thus, it is good being put to death by men to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
So that's when you have to have no fear. That's why he said you're not supposed to be fearing. He's like, look, I might die, but I'm a bet man, and my bet is to be coming back again. All right. Read the precept. Say here.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body."
That's right. Hell. So go down to verse 20.
Says, but the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy and honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day.
In one day, she saw 7 of her kids get killed.
Couldn't do it.
She bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
So she had hope in the Lord. So she had to sit there and take one on the chin for that. And she's like, let's read on. I ain't gonna describe it. 21.
She exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courage, courageous spirits, and swirled
stirring.
Salaki.
Right out the book to your face. She said, I know you got all that stuff. Yeah. There you go.
And stirring up her spirit, womanish thoughts, and with a manly stomach, she said unto them.
So this woman did this. She filled with courageous spirits, stirring up her womanish thoughts at the same time with that manly stomach. She knows she about to say and do something. That's just gonna be the same way you all gonna have to be. You're gonna have to really gird up your loins for this. As we're gonna keep asking you, Israel, are you ready for this? All right, go down to verse 29.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 29. It says, fear not the tormentors, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
That's what you need to have. That's why I said about having to have that faith. You gotta be worthy of that. Take the death that you may receive it again for mercy, that we will see you again. You see what I'm saying? That's the hope that you have to have. That's that faith. Go ahead, read your precept.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long? Salakia.
You lose it?
Nah, that's not what I wanted.
Okay. So, give me 1 second.
Hey, Con, I got a precept too to land me back though. Second Edges, the standing second. Well, here's the second Maccabees, but second Edges 16 and 37. Because when you go into second Ezra chapter 16, it gets heavy, man, talking about the famine and the plagues.
Yep.
So verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Right? These plagues, they're not playing. These plagues that's coming on the earth, they're not going to be messing around. What the Most High is going to send, he said he's not going to send it back. So that's going to come with a lot of death and destruction to your loved ones, to your family, to your friends.
Oops.
Yep. Those times are at hand. It says, as when a woman is with child in the 9th month, bringing forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pain compasses her womb, which means when the child cometh forth, they slack not at a moment, right? So these pains, when a woman is about to bring forth a child, is not slack. So are the plagues that's coming to the earth. They're not going to be slack.
Nope.
And they're coming. The Most High has to deliver. As the woman is going to deliver this baby, so does the Most High got to deliver these plagues unto this earth. Not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. Look how he said the world shall mourn. The whole world. The world is already in mourning with the coronavirus.
He ain't never
talking about it's another strand in Europe, the vaccine. It's already a lot of mourning going on.
Yeah.
And the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. No one's gonna be able to escape.
Right.
Either you get the plague or your family get the plague, somebody you know get the plague. No one is going to be able to escape this day of the Lord.
Oh, what do you say? 1,000 on the left and 10,000 on the right? Or did I get it back?
Con.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe y'all ain't ready for that. You're not ready to see people just falling out everywhere. We said, Malachi, you're breaking up.
I got
Go ahead.
Here's for you. Y'all can hear?
Because it kind of lagging out.
Yeah, you're lagging.
There you go. You good.
Okay. It's good now?
You should be good, though. No, yeah, you
I'm
lagging.
even come back. Hold on.
Yeah, you're lagging big time. So check this out, Israel. Go ahead, bring me down that Amos 8 and 11 real quick.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 8, and verse 11.
All right.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord.
You Israelites ain't ready for that. Because some of you guys just like to listen to videos, but you don't take no notes. You like to watch videos, but you're not precepting your Bible. You're just there. Now, some of y'all might have a good memory. You'd be like, oh, I remember this is what it says. But if you're going through some trauma, how often is your memory going to be that good? You see it all the time when you watch some different crime shows and stuff like that, where people turn around and be like, oh, we got to hurry up within 24 hours because witnesses forget in detail. So you're trying to find a witness really fast to something that has happened. So imagine what something traumatic happened to you. You can be able to say, hold on, book of Amos chapter 8. You're not thinking like that. You're not going to be ready for that. Not at all. All right? And then the last one I'm going to get is Revelation 2 and 26, whenever you can. I know, Chris, you ready? Think you sound good now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he's still lagging.
Yeah, still choppy.
Yeah. Turn off your you on the computer or you on your phone too? You got both.
I'm on my tablet.
Yeah, we can't even hear you out.
Yeah. You almost like 5 seconds behind.
Hey, while we wait, look at this.
He said,
you,
you people are truly lost, right? He said, Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble has always been around. Who do you think is always the one going through? I'm not saying that Jacob's trouble is something that's going to start tomorrow. It's all about what you're going through that generation. So was Jacob's trouble in 70 AD? Because back then they would have said that's Jacob's trouble because what they going through. When they on the slave ship, was that Jacob's trouble? Was it some kind of trouble that they're going through? 7 captivities, don't you think that's Jacob's trouble? So you're trying to say we don't know the scriptures, but the scriptures are also going to tell you that not everything is always going to happen at that time. This stuff is nothing new in the sun. This is what's going on. So if we're going through something, guess what? You might be going through it again. Maybe this is the last time you're going through it. You can get up out of here. You see what I'm saying? Because where it says Jacob's trouble is a start date. When was the end date? You're going to go through something like a time that's never been seen before. So when the people who lived back then, when they went through what they went through in 70 AD, was that ever seen before? When you go on the slave ships, was that ever seen before? So yeah, so when we on here and we trying to bring this out, we're trying to warn our people of now. Because things did happen back then. What do you think is going to happen now? You got your president talking about, and what, January the 6th, he's thinking about declaring martial law.
Martial law. Mm-hmm. Just
so he can sit and try to be president when he don't even know that when he call martial law, he's no longer president. Someone else takes over.
Right.
You think that's going to be Jacob's trouble then? Or is it Jacob's trouble now for everybody who's not in the spirit and the truth, who's sitting there and dealing with the enemy, who's going around getting these damn shots in their arms on purpose, and all of a sudden they falling out or they got a crooked face? Or you think Jacob's trouble is going to happen to those young kids so all they doing all day long is dancing? And all of a sudden now things hit the fan, and what are you going to do? Like I said, what's the beginning and end date on Jacob's trouble?
Hey, hold on. Hey, I don't want. Can we just read the scripture
real
quick? Go back to it, Jeremiah 30:7. Let's see.
Read it.
Kind. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 7. It says, alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right. And so there's going to be no day like this, but the brother is saying it already happened. But the scriptures say there will be not another day like this. Read.
But he shall be saved out of it.
And he's going to be saved out of it. So if it already happened, where are the brothers that were saved out of it? But read on.
Con, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it will break his yoke, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds.
And when did that happen? When did that day? When did this great day happen? Read on.
And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
Right, and we won't be strangers. They won't be taking us captive no more. When did this day happen? And read on.
But they shall serve Yahweh their God, and David their king.
And when did this happen?
Right.
So how did this day already happen?
Right.
Right, so that's madness.
And look, now he's still even want to sit there and try to scoff. You dudes don't have a clue. I guess Jesus is God, huh? So you don't even know what's going on. Why are you here? Why are you here? You look with some clout. I'm not even gonna say your name. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta hear the whole matter.
We had to trying to tell our people, get yourselves ready and be prepared. And you were about nothing. You guys ain't ready. You guys ain't. You must think he's God too. New guy, don't do that. You're showing how you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not gonna be ready for this. So instead of trying to edify, you rather sit here and still create division and tear down. Because what have we actually sit here and said that is tearing down our people? What have we sit here and said that is not preparing our people for what's to come? I don't care what you tolerate. Are you ready for this? You're not ready for it. You're not. That's the whole point. We're trying to warn our people to say, get ready. Cleanse your temple. Renew your mind. Do what the scriptures say. But you want to come on here and, bro, what we doing? I think our people went through a whole lot of stuff besides Maccabees. I think a lot of people from the beginning went through. Hell, Moses, I think he went through a lot, taking out a whole nation. That's a lot. And all you guys murmurers around. And what we got today? Still got people murmuring. You think you're going to make it? Are you being positive? I don't see that. This is why we have an open dialogue about this. But you want to come in on the back end and start talking like you know what's going on. So I want you to read something. Read this right here in Revelation 2 and give me 26.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 26.
Bring that out.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
Keeping his works until the end. You got to keep doing something. Right?
To him will I give power over the nations.
That's when you're going to give us power over the nation. You got to make it first. This is why we're having a discussion. We're trying to talk to our people. You know what I'm saying? And we still using scripture to show you and to warn you. We're crying out loud to the people. We're reading what the prophecy says in the books. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna dang on change. Nothing what you say is gonna change. The people who really know what's going on is gonna prepare themselves and they get themselves ready for what is to come. And that's what we're trying to do. Do you have your books with you? They're showing what you can eat in the land? And I can talk to Israel because I don't even want to entertain that no more. But think about Israel. We asking our guys, get a book and find out. Do you have a map of the state that you live in? So in case you do need to go out on the road and walk somewhere, can you read a compass? Do you know your direction? What mile marker are you at? Which way is east and west according to the highway signs? Which way is north and south? You got to know something. Because y'all going to be sitting there and be like, well, I'm just going to sit right here, not going to move, and wait for that chariot to come. Y'all better start thinking about what you really need to be doing and focus. That's what that's what Israel don't do. We're so worried about the wrong stuff. You're not focused on what you need to be focusing on. We just asked you earlier, what can you eat? What can you not eat? He even said, what berries can you eat and not be poisonous? You gonna go out there and eat some mushrooms around the ground? You're gonna be hungry. Mm-hmm. Like I said, them pork and beans and weenies gonna look real mighty tasty. You gotta be leaning on this word real hard. I hope you're studying. That's why he said, study, show thyself approved. That's why I showed you the book earlier. So you can start to get these things in your spirit. You're gonna get your mind, body, and your spirit ready. You're not doing it. Y'all want to play games. Because you're not ready. So where you gonna go?
Calm down, Adawan. You gonna
I'm serious. It's like, think about it. You gotta understand where you going to go, Israel. You're in the city. Where are you gonna go? Uber's not gonna come get you. What's the highway packed full of cars? How are you gonna get around? How many of y'all got bikes? How many of y'all got a bug out bag? Better yet, how many of y'all got an extra pair of boots in your car? Ladies, boots, because you wear heels or flip-flops or sandals all the time. Brothers who walk around with slides on all day long, you gonna slide your way down the street in the snow or ice? Do you have a way to even melt the driveway so you can get out? Do you have a generator? Do you have something to run your backup system? This is why we're having this conversation, Israel. Stop being distracted by stuff that's not even beneficial to you right now. Because like I said, the power go out right now. How long y'all going to take for y'all to start flipping out? It ain't gonna take that long at all. Because you can be like, I can't call my nana no more. I don't know where she is. Let me get in the car because everyone's gonna do the same thing. And you're gonna fill up every major roadway. If there's a total blackout, how far are you gonna get when there's all the street lights are not working and everyone is trying to get somewhere? Y'all not ready because we don't want to think about that. We want to worry about the damn Trinity. Mm-hmm. When it's been cut a million times from different directions. Watch old videos. Watch any other counts videos who's cutting Trinity. Even if you don't want to watch ours. Like we said, how much gas you got in your tank right now? So how far are you gonna get? Do you have a spare blanket in the car? I'm just saying. Because people want to sit here and have something else going on instead of being able to focus in this book. The book is warning you what they went through and how to deal with it. Our times, our grief is not nothing compared to what they went through. We're such a people, so quick. Everything has to be now. Right. I have to have faster internet, faster connection, a faster phone, a fast everything. I got to have my whatever it is I want right now. Go outside in the tent and go camp in 30-degree weather and tell me you're ready. Overnight with nothing ready, nothing prepared. You don't even know where your candles are. Where your matches? So how are you going to deal and tell with your family, baby, here's the police. I got to go. You ain't had that talk yet. Have you had that talk with your mom yet? Come. How are you going to save your mom if you're not here? Is she ready? Come. Yaakov, what are you going to do?
Brothers got to get right out of one.
You got to get right something. Be ready.
Straight up.
You see what I'm saying? But see, that's why we're sitting here having to have a dialogue about it's going to hit the fan. He just read how much it's going to hit the fan. He ain't never been seeing how big this is going to get. It's going to hit the fan. If it's going to be anything like the movies The Purge at all, come on, man. Y'all not going to be ready for this.
Some of y'all gonna be in this, and you gonna walk out of your house and go down the street, and you go to walk down the street, and you gonna see your family members' dead bodies in the street.
Mm-hmm. Bodies.
You telling me you ready? You gonna see your grandmother's dead body laying in the street. Esau not even gonna pick it up. He's just gonna leave it laying there, stanking in the street. And you gotta walk by because it's gonna be a law. If you pick up your grandma's dead body, you getting killed too. You gotta just walk by.
No one's ready for those kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? No one's ready for nothing like that. That's too scary. That's really scary. Yeah. Go ahead, bring it out.
Book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, but also our Lord was crucified.
Oh, man. Bodies gonna be everywhere. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Mm-hmm.
We're not ready for that, is it? I know we've been on here long. Was almost 2 hours now?
Yep.
Being on here. And all we did was rap about, hey, it's going to get real out there. So what's important is to have the conversations with your family. Have the conversations with your neighbor. You got to have to really sit down and strategize, plan this out. We're in the Most High say, hey, man, good luck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch our arm. I'm going to get you. You're still going to go through the fire. Yep.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Mm-hmm. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Mm-hmm. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Trust in him. Mm-hmm.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest he fall.
That's what you say right there. You got to fear the Lord, but y'all not fearing the Lord. You don't. Too many gainsayers, too many backbiters, too many talkers, too many people claiming, oh, I'm good. I got fringes on, but it's only the weekend. It's only when I go out. It's on when I show my face. You see what I'm saying? But
Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
Right. That's what your hope is. That's what your hope is in. But because we can beat that dead horse all day long with that. In that 2 hours, we can beat the horse. But it's good though that now you can sit back and think like, dang, what do I need to do to get ready? What should I do? How should I? What are you gonna do? No power, no water, no food. What are you gonna do, Israel? You're gonna be right there eating squirrel. That possum look good today. I don't know if I can eat these, but I'm gonna eat it. You see what I'm saying? You better get in this word.
That's right.
Get in this word so you can start learning and figuring out what you need to be doing. All right. Now I wanted to show you guys something because I'm gonna go ahead and get off of that because look, we had that 2 hour mark. You know, Israel attention span is hella short. So I wanted to show you something. I'm gonna give some shout outs to the people right quick for those who are being sincere, those in spirit and in truth doing the work. Not those who want to come and point your finger. Hey, you guys not do it. Shut up. You got time for that. I'm talking to the people who's real about this. Real Israelites going through real stuff. See what I'm saying? So let me bring out this shout out to everybody. Let me get this minute in. I'm gonna share my screen. Over that fucking. Go. Check this out. All right. Keep game. You see it now? How do I look? Can y'all see everything? Can you go to something?
See emails. Take the emails off if you can, though.
Yeah, it's not even all. I'm trying to. This thing's been a pain in the butt. Good thing it ain't all of it. It's still one. See, that's the pain I'm having right now. Come on. Really? You did the whole thing backwards. You see what I'm saying? Like, dang, there we go. No, there we go. Finally. All right, check this out. These are the people on Patreon I'd like to give a shout out to. So the water so very much for what you've done for us, what you have given us. You see what I'm saying? Stephanie, Mikal, Mystic Storm, Benaya, Draco, Raymond, George, Tyron, Fonzo, Israel. Oh, that's Azrael. Kanisha, Yaha Shakar, Benaya, Danica, Emery, Kareem, TT, Mitchell, Hezekiah, Judah, Derry, Allen, Josiah, Rodney, Prince, Robert, Alexander, Derek, Iran, Venetian, Matthew, Benaiah, Micaiah, Libra, Squat, B. Harris, KG, Brother Terry, Yakunya. The water so very much for your contribution to helping this camp go forward. The water for what you're doing in support of not just SOT but of Israel. So we're trying to open up this school. All right. I'm gonna show you something else, Israel. This is the work that you're doing by helping out. We're trying to do this to the four corners. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna show y'all something. You see this now?
We can't see it yet.
It pop up yet? Still huh? All right. Now, this is the podcast, right? This is the work that we've been putting. Can you guys see it now?
Yeah, we see it out of one.
Okay, come on. I'm just looking at something else so I can make sure. All right, here you go. The podcast that we've been doing got 2,095 plays. We have 41 audience right now. We got 39 unique listeners. Okay? Check this out. This is what I want to show you. This is what podcast is doing. Look at the work you guys been doing. See this? This is for this year. All right. It's been steady going up. All right, Israel. This is where we get the different listeners. We're trying to reach out to the four corners. Okay. Let me show you this chart. These are the titles. These are the ones that be in the top episodes that we have. All right. This is the work that we're doing. This is why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we get on here. Some people think, oh, all we're doing is this YouTube stuff. Really? We're doing everything we can. Look at the listeners. Look at the geographic location. Look at what's being played at. You see this right here? We've been heard in the United Kingdom, Ghana, Germany, Canada, Ireland, Australia, France. Oh, we ain't done yet. Sweden, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Bahrain, the DR, Mexico, Japan, Israel, Jamaica, Egypt, Grenada, Trinidad, and the Netherlands, and Ukraine. We're trying to do this work. We're trying to spread this. This is what we're trying to do, Israel. This is what we're doing. See that? Look at the age groups. 23-year-olds all the way up to 44 has been listening the most. See what I'm saying? This is the work that you guys are doing, that the people can hear you and see you. So you must be doing something good for the people. Must be. Look at the different platforms that you hear this on. So for those who are sitting there thinking that this whole time we're not doing anything, join us. Sons of Thunder Israelites. Listen to the podcast. It's good information that we bring out. You see what I'm saying? This is what we're trying to do for our people, and this is what we're trying to show everybody. This is real. We're not playing around with this. We're trying to wake the people up. We're blowing the trumpet. All kind of ways. We're trying to warn the people. So the water again for all your support and those who are donating, those who are showing the love and respect, and those who are trying to help Israel succeed. The water for that. We appreciate that. You guys are awesome. You help us do the work easier. And for that, I salute you for that, because with all that, man, Israel, appreciate that. Join in the conversation, join the Patreon, help push this. You good? You know what I'm saying? Did it pew me yet?
I don't know. It look like Malachi ready to do it. If they ain't did it yet.
That's what I'm saying. So for those who keep thinking, we're just around the computer, don't do nothing. I guess you really don't know who we are. You see what I'm saying? You guys got anything? Because I'm done with that. I do appreciate everybody from Israel, from the bottom of our heart, from SOT. We really do appreciate everything you've done for us.
Derock, you got anything to say before we close it out?
I don't want.
All right. I just letting y'all know this. So that's Soldier Derock. He's one of the young brothers in our camp, man, and he's been putting in a lot of good work. Mm-hmm. So y'all get used to seeing him because he's not here just playing around. He really is doing his best to learn and become the best soldier he can be. Right. So you're used to seeing Brother Derock. Yaquab, you got anything to say before we close it out?
No, we can close it out. I think the people was edified. I think the people got a lot to think about. Are they ready, man, for this Jacob's trouble, man? That's about to hit the earth sooner or later. That we really in now, honestly. But
right.
When it fully gets cracking,
it's the beginning of sorrows. It's the beginning.
That's right.
Get your mind.
So with that being said, hey, we appreciate y'all, Israel. Thanks again for tuning in one more time with us on Thursday Night Thunder. We are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our hopes, prayer, and desire that all Israel shall be saved. Hey, we thank y'all, the water, again for tuning in. And hey, look, enjoy your evening. Don't get too wicked out here. I know y'all want to go watch the fireworks.
You know,
have a drink. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you okay if you watch the folly? Don't join in the folly. Okay, you
That's
can
right.
watch the folly, but don't join in the folly. All right,
Don't be a
there's nothing wrong with that. All right. So with that being said, Shalom Israel, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Have a good night, man. The water.
Hey, shalom.
Hey, Shalom. Y'all by Shimmy, Yahshua Barakatan, Shamartha.
Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Con.